Hi, this is Shyam here, International SEO Consultant, and I'm here to tell you about EEAT and why it is important in this era of GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. Now, EEAT is basically a way through which Google tries to understand which content is best serving the interest of their users. EAT stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trust. It basically gauges each content on these parameters and sees that does the website slash the content on the website is coming from a person who has the experience? Is it coming from a person or the institution that has an expertise on it? Or does it come from a person of authority or an institution of authority? And can this content be trusted or not? So that's a very foolproof way of gauging the quality of the content, but it's hard to kind of quantify EAT. So in this era of AI content, where a lot of content is generated by AI, anybody can fake expertise, right? You might be a student in economics and start writing about recipes on the internet and show that you are like a 10-year experienced chef in a 5-star hotel. You could do that. So then how do you make this EEAT your moat? If you are already having a good experience, expertise, authority, and some trust, how do you use those parameters to make sure that you are recognized by Google and other AI searches to come up on search results? So we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you 5 ways in which you can actually establish your authority and show AI search engines that your content is good and it's not just random AI generated surface level content, right? So the first one is offsite validation. What that means is that make sure that you are validated through sources that are outside of your website, right? It could be like somebody referring to your article, somebody giving you a shout out on a social media, or your article being referred by other credible platforms. That's an offsite validation. So try for those things. Number 2, the human entity. So AI models look for verifiable humans who they know that this is coming from not an AI agent, but a human is behind this content. So it is a good idea to have authors mentioned, who is writing it, what is their background, and all of that, and mention that there is a digital footprint of the author in general. Number 3 is technical hygiene. This is basic technical / on-page SEO, wherein you ensure that you have all the basic things right on your website. What does that mean? That means you have a privacy policy, you have legal pages, clear contact info, all of these things are taken care of. You don't look like a shadow organization, right? So make sure you have those things set on your website. Number 4, the more first party data or first hand data that you show, the better it is. In this age of AI, you can simply type a simple prompt on ChatGPT or something, saying that, hey, generate me, assume that you are a expert driver with 20 years of experience, and tell me how to fix a carburetor. Write an article about. Any 12-year-old can even do that. But if you have like a research that you have done, which is original content, which is something that you have, no other person can simply just copy and say that it's theirs, then it becomes more valuable, more shareable, and hence something that people can trust better. I'll give you an example. You will notice that a lot of these websites which are good in SEO and GEO have started giving a lot of research that they have done. For example, HubSpot, Ahrefs, all of these websites, what they do is they'll do a study that, hey, we tested 100 prompts or one prompt 100 times, and this is how the results are. It could be any scenario, like they tested it on IT companies, they tested it on something else, and then they came up with a bunch of results, scientific results, which is very useful for a certain niche audience. That will be shareable, and because that is first-hand data, it will always come up on AI search results whenever your niche audience is searching for that particular type of data. So try to create your own original research. Your case studies are valuable because case studies are your own. If you have a successful case study which you have worked with, it was a tough problem and you solved it, create a content around it. It's going to be unique and it's going to be first-hand data. So that will help. Number 5, content recognition. Now, what I mean by that is, I mentioned in point number 2 that you mentioned the authors for the content, but ensure that the bios for the authors are consistent across the internet, right? It shouldn't be like you say in your content that your author is a doctor, and then in all the other mentions of his bio online, he never mentions that he's a doctor. That will sound suspicious. So have some consistency in author bios and all of that. That also will help you come up better on GEO. So this is basically kind of SEO strategies that you can apply also for GEO, and you will create a moat of EEAT: experience, expertise, authority, and trust. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.